Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And on Tuesday, Ron Hammond took to Twitter to announce that as of today, he is the new manager of government relations for Ripple. Mr. Hammond was part of the team that originally crafted the Token Taxonomy Act bill. And it's just nice to have somebody with Washington, D.C. experience coming to help the team at Ripple. I see that you follow me, and that's great because I've got a special message for you in this video. You're just 26 years old, according to what I can calculate from your LinkedIn site, graduating from high school in 2011. But I think with your Georgetown University degree, along with the experience of former legislative assistant for Representative Warren Davis, and you also were the staff assistant for Pete Olson in Texas. You were the lead campaign strategist for Lois Colcart. You also were the campaign manager for Bob Hall of Texas and the campaign strategist for Dan Huffin. So I think you're going to be very successful. In your tweet, you gave thanks to Michelle Bond. Of course, she's the new global head of government relations, and Mr. Stuart Alderati, the general counsel at Ripple. So today, Ron, this is the biggest challenge you've embarked on, and you have the ability to help change the lives of not only millions of XRP investors, but you're going to have a direct impact to the economies of businesses, banks, and please don't forget the migrant workers. There are millions of those workers around the world that are sending money back home, and if they can use XRP as a liquidity tool, they can put more of that hard-earned money into their pocket. So I imagine you understand the scale of importance, and should you be instrumental in getting the U.S. to pass regulatory clarity for the use of XRP as a liquidity tool, well, you're going to have the support from millions who have been so patient, waiting for the U.S. to be a leader again in fintech. Yeah, I say again because the Americans, in my opinion, have taken their previous lead for granted. And when we compare what countries in the ASEAN region have done, they have leapfrogged ahead and in this area. And you need to sound that alarm. So please put your head down and get to work right away. We're counting on you. And congratulations. Okay, everybody, look who is in Tokyo. The pomp is in Tokyo. Yeah, we have a big summit happening right now, and he's pictured here with Japan's financial service agency, big guys, the big guns. This FSA is very much like the SEC in the United States. They are important. They fall under the Ministry of Finance with Mr. Osotaro, and they are the ones that set the regulatory clarity here in Japan. So Pomp is next to the agency's commissioner. He's the top guy. He's on the left in this picture, and then the director of innovation on his right. Yeah, I knew this summit was happening because Mr. Kitao, the CEO of SBI Holdings, is one of the speakers. This is a FinSum summit that is probably the most influential in Asia. It takes place for 3 days in the Marunouchi downtown business district of Tokyo. People here are going to network, of course. There are some breakout sessions, and we are also going to hear about some new businesses that are launched because they get to showcase them in this summit. So Mr. Kitao is one of the speakers, but also SBI Holdings is one of the 3 platinum sponsors. So they are there along with NEC and MasterCard. So I'll be paying attention to all the news that is covered from this summit, and I'll be sure to share it with you. All right, there is a content provider in this space called LongHash. If you're not familiar with them, they are very credible. I like their content a lot. This is an interview from Mr. Oki Matsumoto. He's the chairman and CEO of the Monex Group. The Monex Group, thank goodness, was the company that came in and provided the capital to get CoinCheck back on track after it was hacked. And I'm so thankful. I will forever be thankful that they came in and did that, because if they had not, it would have been really, really disastrous. So in this article, he looks at the differences between Japan and the US. He says that the Japanese market is a retail market, whereas the US is an institutional market. And the next year of regulation is really being laid out now for Japan. It's going to include the clarity for derivatives and also clarity for security token offerings. 2020 is going to be a big year for sure in Japan for crypto. The trend is very, very positive. And there's a huge opportunity for the institutional growth here. And should that be realized, well, then it's going to bring a substantial increase of global liquidity. It'll probably first happen with custodial solutions. That will be the gateway to this growth. I'm going to put a link to this article down below. It's really a good article. And again, LongHash, really credible, good people covering this space. All right, Japan also, has put a cap on leverage trading. They don't do this crazy extreme 100-time get wrecked strategy, which I know a lot of people just love, but I think that the FSA has taken the right step in putting that 20% cap, and CoinCheck just reduced its leverage to fall in line with that new cap that is coming up as a country law very soon here. All right, look what I found. Wow, I don't know how I found this. It's not out, I don't think, because Coinbase in Japan has not officially launched. And so I found their splash page. It's interesting that they show Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin on their front page. I can't imagine that XRP won't roll out because it's such an important, it actually traded more than Bitcoin last year, according to the FSA numbers. So I just think yeah, it looks like they're very, very close. So anyway, something to definitely watch. And no doubt that every market is localized. And I would think that there's a chance that the Japan content token will be added to Coinbase, because it is one of those local projects. It's actually out of Singapore, but it functions for Japan in a very unique way. This is the platform that it also is collaborating with. It's a custom platform that allows visitors, especially from overseas, to access content in a huge source that's created by the users. So you have actors, you have manga writers, musicians, and they all generate and manage their own content to interact with their fans. It's gaining some steam. It's very popular. And the number one content on the site is actually manga. This is a dead soldier story that is very good. But not only is the story good, the artwork is so incredible. So these manga stories are, of course, high quality in terms of their creativity of plots. But I think also what makes some of the winners stand out is the artwork that goes with it. And I think the artwork for this one is really spectacular. So I'm going to jump to the fluff, because if you come to Tokyo, you have literally, I just don't know. It's maybe 1,000 manga cafes that you can choose from. There's at least 500. Probably, I would not be surprised if that number was 1,000. And there are many always at the stations, nearby, like within a minute walk of some of the larger stations. So there are three that I just want to show you that are kind of special. And not that I think these are the three that you need to see, but you can see the diversity in it. So this one happens to be in Roppongi, which is a real upscale area of Tokyo. And you can get a private room and just kick back in great low lighting, quiet atmosphere, and you can access all the all the technology that you would want to do to get caught up in the middle of a crazy day. Now, if you are more into the Akihabara scene, which is where manga is really, the birth of manga and anime are in this part of Tokyo. You have some that are really unique, that have a kind of a kitsch feel to it. Even the workers are playing right in with their costumes. Yeah, Akihabara is really for the people who love manga or anime. It's a must-see part of Tokyo. Anyway, it's fun. But I think my favorite, if I were to steer you towards one to look, is the Book and Bed of Tokyo. It opened last May in Shinjuku, has a great coffee selection, and it's a bookstore that you can actually fall asleep with a book in your hand. Yeah, there are 28 rooms where you can rent by the hour. So basically just $5 an hour, or you can stay the night for no more than 50 US dollars. And that is a really great price to stay in the heart of the city for just $50. Let me show you what the coffee area looks like. They're always so nice because they're quiet, and the city's, really noisy. And so to come into these places that have a lot of attention paid to the lighting, and it's quiet and it's comfortable, and many of them have even places that you can eat food. This one has the beds in the bookcases. It's really great. Yeah, Tokyo has everything. So anyway, I hope that you get a chance to at least visit one when you come to the city. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.